Good evening, everyone. Inspiration begins with clarity of purpose. Leaders who inspire don't just tell people what they do, they start with why they do it. This fundamental shift in thinking transforms the way people perceive leadership, motivation, and decision-making. When you lead with a strong why, you attract people who share your beliefs, creating a deeper, more meaningful connection that goes beyond mere transactions. It builds trust, loyalty, and an intrinsic motivation that drives action. Consider some of the most influential leaders in history, whether it's a visionary entrepreneur, a political figure, or a social activist. They all had one thing in common: an unwavering sense of purpose. They didn't just focus on what they were doing. They were driven by a deeply rooted belief that resonated with others. Their mission wasn't just about selling a product, winning elections, or leading an organization. It was about making an impact, changing lives, and challenging the status quo. That sense of purpose became the magnetic force that pulled people in, creating movements instead of just companies or campaigns. The problem many leaders face is that they focus too much on the what and how before addressing the why. A company may advertise its latest product features, a manager may explain a new strategy, or a leader may outline an ambitious goal. But without a compelling why, these messages often fall flat. People don't just want to know what you do or how you do it. They want to know why it matters. Why should they care? Why should they believe in it? When you start with why, you tap into something deeper, something that resonates on an emotional level rather than just a logical one. The human brain is wired to respond to purpose. Science shows that emotions drive decision-making far more than logic. We may justify our choices with facts and reasoning, but our initial inclination to act is fueled by something deeper, a belief, a connection, a sense of belonging. This is why great leaders focus on why first. When you communicate your purpose with passion and authenticity, people don't just listen, they feel it. They see themselves as part of the bigger picture, and that's what inspires action. For example, imagine two companies selling the same product. One says, "We make high-quality, innovative smartphones with cutting-edge technology." The other says, "We believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. And in everything we do, we aim to create products that empower people to achieve more." Which message is more compelling? The second one. Why? Because it starts with belief. It invites people to be part of something greater than just buying a phone. It gives meaning to the action, making it about why rather than just what. The same principle applies to leadership in any field. If you're leading a team, don't just focus on the tasks, deadlines, and deliverables. Help your team understand why their work matters. Show them the bigger impact of their contributions. When people connect with a purpose, they don't just comply, they commit. That's the difference between a leader who manages and a leader who inspires. True leadership is not about authority or control, it's about trust. When people trust you as a leader, they are more willing to follow your vision, take risks, and give their best effort. Trust is the foundation of great leadership, and it's built through consistency, transparency, and genuine care for others. Without trust, leadership becomes ineffective and motivation fades. Building trust starts with authenticity. People can sense when a leader is being insincere or putting on a persona. Leaders who inspire action are those who show up as their real selves without pretending to be perfect. They admit mistakes, acknowledge weaknesses, and show vulnerability when necessary. This level of honesty fosters connection, making people feel safe to do the same. When leaders hide behind a facade, they create distance. When they are open and human, they create trust. Another key component of trust is integrity. People need to believe that their leader stands for something meaningful and will stick to those principles, even when faced with difficult choices. It's easy to make promises, but trust is built when leaders follow through on them. When people see consistency between what a leader says and what they do, they develop confidence in that leader's reliability. But when words and actions don't align, trust erodes quickly. Trust also grows when leaders genuinely care about the people they lead. A leader who prioritizes their own success over the success of their team will struggle to inspire loyalty. People don't follow titles. They follow individuals who make them feel valued and supported. Leaders who take the time to listen, understand concerns, and invest in the growth of their team members create an environment where trust thrives. When people feel seen and appreciated, they are more likely to commit fully to a leader's vision. Consistency plays a major role in trust building. A leader who constantly changes direction, shifts values, or makes unpredictable decisions creates uncertainty. People don't trust what they can't rely on. A great leader communicates clearly and remains steady in their vision, even in times of uncertainty. While adaptability is important, it should not come at the cost of losing core principles. Leaders who panic under pressure, make emotional decisions, or frequently contradict themselves lose credibility. Communication is another crucial element in earning trust. Leaders who withhold information, avoid difficult conversations, or operate in secrecy create suspicion. On the other hand, leaders who communicate openly, explain their decisions, and invite discussion foster a culture of transparency. When people understand why decisions are made, they feel respected and valued, even when the news is difficult. Honesty is always better than silence. Ultimately, trust is built through action, not words. It is developed over time through small, consistent behaviors that demonstrate reliability, integrity, and care. Leaders who understand this create strong, united teams that don't just follow because they have to, but because they believe in the leader and the mission. Trust transforms leadership from something transactional into something deeply impactful. It turns leadership into inspiration. Great leaders inspire action by creating a compelling vision that resonates with the people they lead. A vision is not just a goal or a target. It is a larger purpose, a reason for people to care, and a future that people want to be part of. When leaders can clearly communicate where they are going and why it matters, they naturally attract followers who believe in the same mission. Without a strong vision, leadership becomes about management rather than inspiration. People don't want to just be told what to do. They want to be part of something meaningful. A compelling vision gives people a reason to show up and give their best effort. It creates a sense of belonging and shared purpose. When people believe in the bigger picture, they are more likely to push through challenges, take risks, and innovate. They don't just see their work as a job, they see it as a contribution to something greater than themselves. That shift in perspective is what drives passion, creativity, and resilience. It's what turns a group of individuals into a unified, motivated team. For a vision to be truly effective, it has to be clear and simple. Overcomplicated or vague visions do not inspire action. People need to immediately understand what they are working toward and how their efforts contribute to the bigger picture. The best leaders are great storytellers who paint a picture of the future in a way that excites and energizes people. They don't just state facts or numbers, they make people feel something. A powerful vision is also rooted in authenticity. It cannot be something a leader creates just because it sounds good or is trendy. People can tell when a vision is forced or artificial, and they won't buy into it. A leader must genuinely believe in the vision they are sharing. When leaders speak from the heart and demonstrate their commitment through their actions, their passion becomes contagious. People are naturally drawn to leaders who exude conviction and certainty. Great leaders also know that a vision alone is not enough. It must be reinforced through consistent actions and decisions. Every choice a leader makes should align with the vision they have set. When a leader's decisions contradict their stated vision, people begin to doubt its authenticity. Consistency is what builds credibility, and credibility strengthens trust. Additionally, leaders must ensure that their vision is inclusive. If people don't see themselves as part of the future being described, they won't feel connected to it. Great leaders make their vision relatable and ensure that everyone understands their role in making it a reality. They invite people into the journey, making it clear that success is a shared effort. When a leader creates and communicates a powerful vision, people become self-motivated. They no longer need constant supervision or pressure because they are driven by belief rather than obligation. That is the true power of an inspiring vision. It turns leadership into a movement, and it transforms teams into unstoppable forces working toward a common goal. Great leaders inspire action by fostering trust and building deep, meaningful connections with the people they lead. Trust is not built overnight, nor is it something that can be demanded. It must be earned through consistent actions, transparency, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of others. When people trust their leader, they are more willing to take risks, embrace change, and push through challenges because they know they are supported. Trust begins with honesty. Leaders who are open about their intentions, challenges, and even their own shortcomings create an environment where people feel safe to do the same. When a leader is willing to say, "I don't have all the answers," or "I made a mistake," it sets a powerful example. It shows that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a strength. It encourages a culture of learning, growth, and accountability rather than fear and blame. Consistency is another critical factor in building trust. People pay more attention to what leaders do than what they say. If a leader talks about integrity but acts dishonestly, their words become meaningless. If they promise to support their team but are absent in times of difficulty, their credibility is damaged. People need to see that a leader follows through on commitments and treats others with fairness and respect. Consistency creates a sense of security, and security fosters loyalty. Trust also grows when leaders genuinely care about their people. Leadership is not about being in charge, it is about taking care of those in your charge. When people feel valued, they are more engaged, more committed, and more willing to go the extra mile. This means taking the time to listen, understanding people's challenges, and providing support where needed. It means celebrating achievements, recognizing efforts, and making sure that people know they matter. A workplace built on trust is one where people feel safe to speak up. They don't fear retaliation for sharing ideas, expressing concerns, or challenging the status quo. Great leaders encourage open dialogue and create an environment where diverse perspectives are welcomed. This not only strengthens relationships, but also leads to better decision-making and innovation. Another essential aspect of trust is empowering others. When leaders trust their people with responsibility, autonomy, and meaningful work, it strengthens confidence and motivation. People don't want to feel like they are just following orders. They want to feel like they have a stake in the success of the organization. When leaders step back and allow their teams to take ownership, it leads to a greater sense of pride and accountability. Finally, trust is reinforced through shared purpose. People are more likely to trust a leader who is driven by something bigger than personal success. When a leader's actions consistently align with a greater mission, it reassures people that they are working towards something meaningful. It unites teams and strengthens their commitment to the cause. Trust is the foundation upon which great leadership is built. Without it, teams become disengaged, hesitant, and resistant to change. But when trust is strong, people become empowered, committed, and inspired to take action, knowing that their leader stands with them every step of the way. Great leaders inspire action by leading with authenticity and staying true to their values. Authentic leadership is not about putting on a facade or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about being real, being consistent, and standing firm in what you believe. When leaders are authentic, they build stronger connections with their teams, foster trust, and create a culture where people feel empowered to be themselves. Authenticity starts with self-awareness. Leaders who understand their own strengths, weaknesses, and values are better equipped to make decisions that align with who they truly are. They don't try to fit into a mold or follow trends just to gain approval. Instead, they act in ways that reflect their core principles, even when it's difficult. This kind of integrity is magnetic. It attracts people who share similar values and creates a culture of honesty and openness. One of the key aspects of authenticity is consistency. People want to know that their leader will act the same way in every situation, regardless of external pressures. If a leader shifts their values based on convenience or popularity, they lose credibility. But when a leader remains steadfast in their beliefs, people take notice. They see someone who is not swayed by short-term gains or external expectations, but who remains committed to a deeper purpose. Authentic leaders also embrace vulnerability. They don't pretend to have all the answers or act like they're invincible. Instead, they acknowledge their own limitations and show that it's okay to ask for help. This kind of honesty fosters an environment where people feel comfortable sharing their own challenges without fear of judgment. It strengthens relationships and encourages collaboration because people know they're part of a team where everyone supports one another. A crucial part of authenticity is standing up for what is right, even when it's unpopular. Great leaders don't just go along with what's easy or expected. They take a stand for their principles, even when it comes with risks. They don't compromise their integrity for short-term benefits. Whether it's making a difficult business decision, speaking out against unethical behavior, or challenging outdated ways of thinking, authentic leaders choose the harder path if it means staying true to their beliefs. Another powerful aspect of authentic leadership is the ability to inspire through personal stories and experiences. People connect with stories far more than abstract ideas. When a leader shares their journey, the struggles, failures, lessons, and triumphs, it humanizes them. It shows people that success is not about perfection, but about persistence. When employees or team members hear how their leader overcame adversity, it gives them the motivation to push through their own challenges. Authenticity also means putting people before profits or personal gain. Great leaders prioritize the well-being of their teams, making decisions that benefit the group rather than just themselves. They understand that success is not about individual achievements, but about lifting others up. They take the time to recognize contributions, support development, and create an environment where people feel valued and respected. At its core, authenticity in leadership is about being real. It's about knowing who you are, standing by your values, and leading with honesty and integrity. When leaders embrace this, they don't just gain followers, they inspire people to take action and become leaders themselves. Great leaders inspire action by empowering others to lead. Leadership is not about a single person standing at the top, dictating orders and expecting results. True leadership is about creating an environment where others feel capable, confident, and motivated to step up and take responsibility. A leader's greatest legacy is not in how much they accomplish personally, but in how many other leaders they develop along the way. Empowerment starts with trust. When leaders trust their people, they give them the freedom to take ownership of their work, make decisions, and explore creative solutions. This trust fosters a culture of accountability, where individuals feel responsible for their contributions rather than simply following instructions. When people know they are trusted, they become more engaged and committed to their work. They start thinking like leaders themselves, taking initiative and looking for ways to improve processes rather than waiting for guidance. One of the most powerful ways to empower others is through mentorship. Great leaders invest in their people, not just in terms of professional development, but in personal growth as well. They take the time to understand the strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations of those they lead. By providing guidance, sharing experiences, and offering constructive feedback, leaders help others gain the confidence and skills needed to step into leadership roles themselves. Another crucial aspect of empowerment is creating a safe space for people to make mistakes. Too often, organizations operate under a culture of fear, where employees are afraid to take risks because failure is met with punishment. However, great leaders understand that failure is a natural part of growth. Instead of reprimanding mistakes, they treat them as learning opportunities. They encourage experimentation, innovation, and calculated risks. By doing so, they allow individuals to develop resilience and problem-solving skills, which are essential for leadership. Recognition and appreciation also play a significant role in empowering others. When people feel that their efforts are noticed and valued, they are more likely to take ownership of their work. Great leaders ensure that contributions, no matter how big or small, are acknowledged. They celebrate achievements, provide encouragement, and reinforce the idea that every individual has something valuable to offer. When people feel appreciated, they are more willing to push themselves further and contribute to the greater vision. Empowerment also comes from giving people a sense of purpose. People don't just want to work for a paycheck. They want to feel like their efforts matter. Great leaders connect their team's work to a bigger mission, showing them how their contributions impact the organization, the customers, or even the world. When people understand the significance of what they do, they become more engaged, motivated, and willing to go the extra mile. Finally, true empowerment means stepping back and allowing others to lead. Great leaders don't micromanage. They create space for others to take charge. They encourage decision-making at all levels and allow individuals to take ownership of projects. By doing this, they build a culture of leadership where everyone feels capable of making a difference. This approach not only strengthens the team, but also ensures that leadership continues to grow beyond any single individual.